This is Unity Broadcasting Online Television, connecting voices. This is
Unity Broadcasting Television don't come for unify, sensitize, and inform Salon people home and abroad. Broadcasting TV don't come
for developments now we country TV.
Unify, sensitize, and inform we all.
For developments now we nation salon.
Unity Broadcasting TV don't come
for developments now we country TV.
Unify, sensitize, and inform we all.
For developments now we nation salon.
We now independent media house. We dey here for unify, sensitize, and inform. Sierra Leoneans home and abroad.
We dey here so for talk, but wetin dey happen? Political discussion.
You for know about salon politics.
Religious messages, entertainment self no go left bien.
We no go left nothing bien no.
Broadcasting TV don't come.
For developments now we country TV.
Unify, sensitize, and inform we all.
For developments now we nation salon.
Unity Broadcasting TV don't come.
For developments now we country TV.
Unify, sensitize, and inform we all.
For developments now we nation salon.
This not the team them where we dey talk about
Sierra Leone political history,
defeating the lives of fake people.
Waiting they be na social media.
One-on-one interview, we go bring you all the hot topics.
Unity Broadcasting TV say,
and we let we self and better salon.
Unity Broadcasting say, we like we safe and better salon. So we welcome on to the third edition of this week program today, the 26th November 2025. We broadcast live now with studio na 48 Sheikh Asteri State, Freetown. We get to forget now the studio, Honorable Usman Timbo, the chairperson for Wages and Compensation Commission. We will get for gist and talk around waiting and commission actually therefore, and you can join the conversation by sending your message to the platform where you watch me with the Facebook Live and YouTube Live. Be civil, talk to the issue, no attack personality, let we be respectful. Me na Marie Bilkish Dumbia.
And my name na Elizabeth Kefoe Gembe. Today, indeed, we go talk to the chairman, Honorable Usman Timbo, we na the chairman wages and compensation. Sierra Leoneans, we don't see a lot of appointments. This na act we been coming in 2023. However, we go come and see whether there is conflict of interest with the NASIT, because NASIT back there in charge of wages. So we go come and talk to Alhaji Usman Timbo, make it tell we the mandates waiting in Yaoundé. However, we don't see in the media waiting don't happen. The Sierra Leone People's Party, they don't slam them with helleba money when now 150,000 leons when now 150 million for a statement where according to PPRC, then say a member of the Sierra Leone People's Party when the spokesperson of the First Lady of the Republic of Sierra Leone in make now one interview where it go against the peace and cohesion, and according to PPRC na bad belle word. So this morning we will get on the phone line Lucia Momo, when the head of communications and public relation. He go talk to we as to waiting na the way forward and why they slam them, and also we go reiterate with another phone call from the PRO of the Sierra Leone People's Party. Good morning and welcome to Unity Broadcasting, Lucian.
Yes, good morning.
Lucian, can you hear me?
Yes, good morning.
All right. Lucian, we see you pull PPRC when at the office where you work, and you as the PRO, head of communications, you pulled one press release yesterday about the Sierra Leone People's Party with a fine of 150,000 leons. Give me a quick rundown of what that mean and why that's come about.
Family Ramon once again, and the family member say last week where I been in Unity and broadcasting and other media houses them will be discuss the fine of the APC. So what happened along the line on Monday, the 24th of November, we will watch Liberty Online TV. We listen to some words them where Wusu Badida Jalo they make on the media. We say like violation of 39(1)(d) of the Police Practice Act 2022, Act number 25 of 2022. So since we don't get a warning on the 11th of November, then we move to the next level now for use section 39(2)(b). We say now for slam a fine of not more than not less than 100,000 euros. So that brings about the fine.
Yeah, we see say this now 150,000 euros. The people then where they watched from the previous slam where Islam the All People's Congress, the LCPP then you look bigger than the APC then you slamming or fine. Why the difference and the 30,000 difference? Waiting at the cause of that.
The law give you discretion, and we can work on the discretion. The discretion say not less than 100,000 euros. And we don't say the Salon People's Party, but then the custodian presently of the Constitution and the peace and security. So I think they need for do more for ensure that waiting people that they say on the media, they will think the confines of the law.
As of yesterday, you don't get any letter from them, word from them say then they appeal.
Well, in the evening we send the letter for them. We slam the fine on them, and from that on we just know say they receive the letter, and then I believe say they will comply.
All right, Lucia, in the event if then decide not for pay, waiting go be the other headway or actions where PPRC go take on them. This 14 days mandate so I don't give them for pay.
The law gets a C part. The law gets a C part. And the C part of the law, they say if we don't warn you, we don't find you, can move to the next level for suspending. So suspension is the next limb of the law.
All right. Since today makes second day where when I don't pull, then still get 12 days for come and revamp for pay this morning. Now waiting when I don't do with regards. We also where they na the media where can they ask them questions. Then waiting I wanna work with IMC for we say because sometimes we as media now we they instigate them people here for make them say bad word them. Waiting when I don't do how when I don't they streamline questions then what would they ask or things then where would they put now we own platform where they go to the one they will they interview.
We dey plan for meet with IMC whether this week or maybe by the start of next week. This morning I get a conversation with the president of the Sierra Leone Association of Journalists with regards to all of this issue so that we will proceed and see how we will collaborate with IMC when at the responsibility for regulating the media and also large when at the body where we journalists can all be part of. Because we the journalists themselves, we self get a responsibility, a critical role for play for ensure that you go talk bad belly talk now you be the house.
All right. Well, Lucian, we go left few days first, and we tell you plenty. Thank you for joining Unity Broadcasting Morning Show. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much. You're welcome.
All right, that's now Lucian Momo, we're now the head of communications PPRC, as they don't slam 150,000 fine for the LCPP for statements where they say a spokesperson for the First Lady of the Republic of Sierra Leone make inside one television interview on Monday. This now Unity Broadcasting Morning Show. You self where they watch we now you house. Make sure you join the conversation with a text message. Be civil as they get Honorable Timbo inside the studio today. But for fairness for the telephone line, they now get on to Moses Mabu, when the PRO of the Sierra Leone People's Party, as they don't receive this fine yesterday, make it tell we waiting a feel and waiting now the way forward as to paying this money. Good morning and welcome to Unity Broadcasting.
Yes, good morning, Unity Broadcasting. Good morning.
All right. For we viewers then, who that we they talk to, please?
Now they talk to Mr. Mokusi, the National Publicity of SLPP.
All right. National Publicity of the Sierra Leone People's Party. Yesterday, when at the 25th day of November 2025, the PPRC pull word nado say then fine on 150,000. You there in the known of that?
Yes, I there in the known of that.
All right. So waiting be happen and waiting at the thing where una party do where then fine una.
Well, for we no official statement here on the letter. We just received an yesterday as a law-abiding and a very respectful political party. We abide by the law in this land where we all do. We don't receive the letter yesterday. We secretariat don't get them. We closely watch the letter now. We also don't forward the copy to legal team or then look at the legal implication of the letter. But for just a public opinion this morning, I think the context of the fine, the spirit behind section 39(1) of the PPRC Act, we the think we no need for misuse the context behind the drafters of the PPRC Act, especially section 39(1). We talk about levying a fine on the activities of members of political party, because the person we then find we for, we go na Liberty TV in a leader. No go there in any capacity, very close in any capacity close to SLPP. Mind you get SLPP as a political party, and you get government architecture. Where they want. Now SLPP party in power yet, but you also get the government architecture, and part of the government architecture, you get the office of the First Lady, which is part of the office of the President. So the office of the First Lady, the spokesperson for the office of the First Lady, according to the Naingona media, is a member of SLPP, yes, but in the capacity, within the context of that interview, na radio, we make it bring in the SLPP, has nothing to do with the SLPP. Mind you, few weeks back, we've been doing at the PPRC together with the APC, and we signed an agreement that we will talk to every member of the party across the board regarding the agreement we signed. And quick one, SLPP are the only political party after that engagement day with PPRC, with National Secretary General, we get for Gona Radio, Gona 98.1, they go on radio, Gona take na witness, they go on TV, Gona take na witness to Rally. We talk to the entire SLPP members and also advise the media that anybody with they go to any media house, they go there for represent SLPP. With that media house, they not get on to the secretariat, which is the office of the publicity secretary specifically. And with that person, they stay and both SLPP, no rely on both the individual, the office where he come out, and the media house. Then we take full responsibility and we secretary and they on record of saying that. So we surprisingly a staffer, an employee and staffer for the office of the First Lady go on radio and say something, and then PPRC come and find you will not even know the content of waiting in the good talk. Will not review the script of waiting in the good talk. SLPP has no way look flyer, way Liberty post, no people living. So SLPP not even able to counter that flyer there because another will be both. So we very surprised what I think people now the SLPP they abide by laws. So we closely watch the matter now. We don't follow them to we legal people them. And we get for reply to PPRC, but as I say, We all receive the letter in good faith for being a law-abiding political party. We respect institutions in this country. I make we receive them in good faith to watch them. We don't send them to the legal team of the party, and we look them and we'll take the appropriate actions.
All right.
With the law make available to it.
Moses, according to PPRC, even the Enedas, because Usu na registered member of the Sierra Leone People's Party. So if INSEF go use them back belle warden according to PPRC mandates, where USSF don't cite na the act, that no means say not to LCPP or na LCPP according to PPRC, then say na Enedas and even the supporter. In as much as the Secretary General be don't denounce say anybody where they go on a platform if I go through you or the party structure, you feel say we are still not liable to this fine?
No, we're not even close to being liable of that fine. Because the spirit behind the spirit behind section 39(1), not to that one day is speak to. As I say, we get for distinguish between the political party and the government of Salone. How do they operate? If the government minister goes to on a radio, for example, and talk something in that person, they bring some people who will not know the content of what they will talk, will not even see the clip, and the headline of that media house will not talk anything actually, not discussion around SLPP. And they go say something and bring in SLPP. We don't want SLPP liable for that. We get more than 2.5 million supporters and followers. So the difference, for example, to what happened to Honorable Aemara, in the meeting, they represent all people's congress in the sensitization of the tripartite committee. So he did it in a full capacity. But what happened now, forget somebody will come up from a government office and a function of the office of the president. Go on a radio, we will not even get the content, we don't know that invite now. You understand? We don't make it clear. Who is general, a public thing. Anybody where they go on media to talk on behalf of SLPP. Don't you, the media, how to invite that person there. And the person will be good. If they don't get clear from the secretary of the SLPP and people, anything they say, SLPP not liable. We make that very clear. As part of responding to the agreement to stand with PPRC, we went there to make a clear to the PPRC. And we don't make a clear to the public.
All right.
Okay, so APCB alleged say there is a possibility say their own video na AI doctoring something. So we go on for no from una waiting and wait una will get for say towards this finding.
No, we know the good that side. We are very responsible party. As a team, we respect the PPRC, we respect the institutions. So we are the SLPP. Now we have to create some of the institutions after the war. We respect them very well. We don't receive the letter from PPRC in good faith. We study the letter, we don't send them to the legal team. So make them take watch them and advise the National Secretariat on how we can respond to PPRC. But so, this one, I just to make initial comment and the party will come on board with an official position on the letter with PPRC sent to me. I just telling this morning on the spirit behind the use of section 39(1). Very important for the PPRC set internally. We understand the spirits will be behind the establishment or the writing down of the text of section 39(1) inside the act. Because anybody can grab some money. Grab some money. They go on radio. Okay. They go say in a SLPP, we don't get no dealings, no actions of the SLPP. PPRC not say they will use section 39(1) against the SLPP. No. The SLPP is a very big establishment. And you also therefore distinguish the SLPP political party and that of the government of Salone. Because people inside government of Salone who are members of the SLPP. So if member of government of Salone goes on a radio and talk something in that state, when they bring in the SLPP, they find the SLPP will not even get control over the content of which that person will be talking.
Moses, why talking about content? Una get any plans for any flyer we una see for una call the person and maybe give caution, say where he go, let you not utter any word? Because when you look at Usu Dada, he's a registered member of the Sierra Leone People's Party. He be don't hold position at the northern region, and now he working at the office of the First Lady. This person here, you they claim say when I not get content or the flyer or whatever, as according to what they say. With all this, when I get any plan for put structure in place as to any flyer won't see, or you media for they watch any flyer for the day where they go out, then you call them people that caution them, let them not use any bad belly word in the name of SLPP.
No, then they don't take the responsibility of the political party. I don't think there is a government of Salone who don't get nothing for do with the SLPP.
No, but you are the PRO of your party. So if somebody makes statements in the name of
no. For example,
against another political party where you not SLPP.
No, Arika.
Yes.
I don't go see Liberty put out flyer. They go into the minister or an employee from the office of the presidency. They go to Liberty where I don't already with the content of why Liberty the inviter. Then I go call that person again. For what? We have nothing. We need the content at which the person goes to the go represent institution where they come up. That they don't fall within the purview of SLPP at all. They don't fall within the purview of SLPP.
Any plans of pulling out a public disclaimer? Any plans of pulling out a public disclaimer indicating that any contents where anybody go use, if not to you, Secretary General or you chairman, it has nothing to do with you guys. Have you?
We have done that already. We have done that. We have done that already. Our Secretary General have been to the media. Our Secretary General a few days ago in your station also putting out that same statement. The Secretary General of the SLPP was on the media a few days ago stating clearly that anybody where they go to media, where they go to, or the media house, where they invite that person to talk on behalf of the SLPP, we don't get onto the secretariat. SLPP don't get nothing for do anything with that person this week. We don't get anything with the dissatisfaction from down there. We have made it clear. People have had that. The recordings are out there. They had it themselves. So we stand at the SLPP. Have been very clear. But as I say, we accept the letter in good faith. We don't keep them. So we use all available legal channels to read.
So now that
SLPP to make sure they will respond to the PPRC accordingly. But as I say, PPRC internally needs to sit on closely and try for clearly understand the spirit behind the writing down, the drafters writing down of section 39(1). Because if they miss the spirit, then it will be a disaster. So we don't want to make them miss the spirit. Or they miss
so Moses, what do you mean by disaster? What do you mean? What do you mean by that word disaster?
No, that is people not respecting the laws, the land, especially the PRC Act. If you read drafters and draft law, then there's a spirit behind why they draft that law. In the context of the SLPP, we get the SLPP as a political party, and we get the government of Salone. So when you the trend between the two, using the application of law, you get to do one in accordance of the needs of the drafters of the law. Why the drafter? Because anybody can wake up in the morning from any ministry, any department, or any agency, and go to media. Go begin to you go find SLPP. No, you get to take them up with the office where the post to come on.
So you know what you say because of this, una need for go to the drawing board. Back the two political party them because like you outrightly make mention, you get SLPP as a government where they rule presently, and you get SLPP as a party because una Secretary General we make them very clear, and I say everybody where they go talk on SLPP business for pass through the publicity. Now that Usu not pass through una, the SLPP party go pay this fine, or now through the office of the First Lady go pay this fine.
We'll not get to that point of pain, and we don't just receive the letter. The SLPP closely look the letter, and we figure with internal mechanism. We will send them to the legal team, and the national executive, the secretariat also they watch the letter closely. Anytime from now, SLPP will reply to the letter PPRC sent, and we reply according to the law we the government all. As I say, we are a law-abiding party, and we respect the laws of this land. We don't take the letter from PPRC and we study them closely. We don't go to send out to illegal people, then let them take look at the PPRC act and advise you only on how we reply. And when we reply, I will be the first to come again to tell you now.
All right, plenty. Thank you, Moses Mambu, for that updates where you give me as una they plan for always issue a public disclaimer as to waiting. Then they say na the public. Thank you very much and stay tuned and goodbye for now. All right, that's now Moses Mambu, where we just talked to the PR of the Sierra Leone People's Party. We don't make mention of the fine, where then find them. We asked the PPRC why the difference, but he say now the discretion of the commission. He also make mention, say, the LCPP now then they in power and they are the custodian of the land for now, where they need for no better. When I continue for stay with me, this is now Unity Broadcasting Morning Show. Today makes second year where the coup been take place na Sierra Leone. When I all know say it was November 26 where them being caused wahala na this nation. For sake of that, we go get a vox pop na the streets of Freetown and we go get a detailed news about that. But we just want for remind when I say November 26 today na the day that we make 2 years where they may set school na the land. When I stay tuned, we'll go take a quick commercial break and we'll be right back.
Since 2002, NARSIT has consistently ensured that all NARSIT pensioners enjoy life and a peace of mind while spending time with family after years of hard work. Therefore, the public is hereby informed. The National Social Security and Insurance Trust, NARSIT, will conduct a nationwide verification exercise for all NARSIT retirement pensioners from the 1st of October to the 31st of December 2025. All pensioners must now report to the nearest NARSIT office for verification. Pensioners who fail to be verified by the 31st December 2025 will have their pensions stopped and can only be reinstated after physical verification.
But what documents must I bring along for verification?
1. Your NARSIT pension card. 2. Benefit payment voucher, if available. 3. Personal ID. That is, national ID or driver's license or passport or voter's ID or NCRA certificate. And 4. Your bank identification card.
But my uncle is a NARSIT retirement pensioner staying out of Sierra Leone. What must he do?
It's easy. He must provide the following. 1. A notarized life certificate with a name, pension number and a recent passport photo. 2. Proof of staying abroad. 3. All documents must be scanned and sent via email to publicaffairs@narsit.org.sl or send all hard copies directly to the Director General of NARSIT at number 32 Walpole Street, Freetown. We count on your cooperation to promote an effective and efficient social security scheme. NARSIT, we care.
All right, welcome back. This is now Unity Morning Show. Inside the studio, we get Honorable Usman Timbo, we na the chairman, wages and compensation, na the Sierra Leone, where they can discuss about things then where they affect Sierra Leoneans and the way forward for the acts and the commission where it head. Good morning and welcome to Unity Broadcasting.
Good morning, staff of Unity. Unfortunately, I don't know the names yet. But, good morning and good morning, people of Sierra Leone.
All right, me, your name is Elizabeth and she is Bilkis Marie.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you very much for joining me this morning. So, Honorable Timbo, as the acts then being introduced in 2023.
Yes.
So, this acts compensation commission, I want to let you give Sierra Leoneans an overview. By the way, this now you first made an appearance na Unity. We appreciate that. But we want to let you give Sierra Leoneans an overview of this 2023 act where you are chairman of.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, the Wages and Compensation Act, like you mentioned, then passed in April 2023, where His Excellency the President, retired Brigadier Julius Maada Bio, put in signature panel and it become law. Right? The main function of the commission itself now for determine the wages and compensation for all workers within the public sector. And secondly, for make sure say we harmonize the public sector pay for make it go reflect what you call equity and merit. There are big terminologies them we can find the Creole way of saying, but I will attempt to break them later. So you see, now two main functions it gets, but the third mandate where the commission get, they say any other related matter. So any other thing we get for do with discharging the function of determining the wage and compensation for all public sector employees, and in the process of trying to harmonize any other policy measure we will see. Now we duty for bring them forward to government for consideration, either for review, right, or for make sure we reach an agreement as to how it is going to be pursued. But why the Wages and Compensation Commission? Over the years, successive governments from after independence up to the time where they talk so, we've been only experience some distortions in the public sector pay. Why I say distortions, differences in the way that they pay people, right? You find out for say people who get the same qualification, the same job experience, who then they work in different departments and agencies, then they get different salaries. So that don't create some kind of dissatisfaction, especially for other workers they within at the other side, then we then know see their colleague who then get the same qualification and get the same job who they do, and they pay more than the other, right? For instance, in the government system, you get somebody maybe working at the Ministry of Development, maybe in a deputy director, maybe earn less than the person where they work now, maybe Ministry of Finance, right? They find out for say people then within the various grade structures within the public service, so when I go there, like I say, when I all the grade 7, 8, but then some then they earn more than the other ones then. While you see when I all done the same grade, who are supposed to earn the same, right? So now just example. So we not only get then kind of disparities then distortions. But what it means lead to that, it been get for do with the legal framework we exist at the time. When government they function through laws, right? So the Constitution of Sierra Leone itself, Act number 6 of 1991, it gets certain provisions the way they within the Constitution, where in the process of discharging their functions, then some of them disparities then they can. For instance, when we talk about the legislative, now 3 arms of government we get the legislature, who constitutes the members of parliament, and all other people they work with them, right? We now then get the Parliamentary Service Commission, where they determine the salaries and terms and conditions of service. But when you come to the executive, when we see the executive will get 2 types. We get the political executive, we get the official executive. The political executive, that is the president, come to the vice president, the ministers, and all other people they work within government. You include back the police, the military, the correctional centers, and everything, right? Include them. And the official executive, now then the civil service, the bureaucratic aspect of the public service. So then civil servants then, where you come from and start from down. They say if you get the professional, you get the administrative part of the civil service, right? So then the administrative part now then start from lower cadre to when you become permanent secretary or senior permanent secretary. On the professional side, it depends on the side where you did. Like in the Ministry of Employment, who have been there, the highest position from the professional side now the Commissioner of Labor, right? In the Ministry of Health, you get the Director General for the medical services and kind of thing.
All right, so, Honorable, part 1 of the act talk something about the president, and you just mentioned involve the president here and there. These wages and compensation apply to the salary of the president, or what in that mean?
Yes, well, we are not done the overview before, so maybe before I stand it. Okay. Because now I make I say you get the political, and I say the political start from the president.
Okay.
So downward, so you apply to them, right? Okay. So well, I just continue small on the overview this time, right? Because until you get that, then you will understand the general framework of the commission itself, right? So I come to I don't talk about the official executive, the civil servants and all of them. when it comes to the issue of the executive arm of government, I know commodity parliament, I don't talk about Parliamentary Service Commission, which I didn't talk about the terms and conditions of service. We come to the executive, have different methods. Under the executive, I talk about the police. So the police will get now the constitution, which we call the police council. So this police council, now the vice president, now in the chair, the sessions for the police council. So when they want to talk about the salaries and conditions of service of the police, now that side, then they do them, right? So within the process, when they talk about the terms and conditions, Parliament, under the Parliamentary Commission, then set up, but then they're not in cross reference. So you go find out, so say, if a graduate will not enter the police, say you not graduate, like first year enter the police, you not graduate, you go enter the parliament, and this back now graduate, you go enter the military. While then they discuss the terms, you find out, see, this one may be in terms different from you, the other one back in different, based on the side which side you can for Kawu. So now similarly for the military, the defense council, now the president, now in the chair the defense council. So now they talk about the terms and conditions of service for the military. We come to the teachers also, now part of the public service, then get what you call the teaching service trade group negotiating council. So then they sit and discuss terms for teachers different. So because of the differences in their institutions who exist over the years, where each and every institution determine terms and conditions of service for the employer, that are one of the main cause for the distortions, the disparities. I hope you understand what I mean. So for make government go correct that, I make them pass the wages and compensation. And when they pass the wages and compensation, they make sure they repeal all them provisions them. Where they within the acts then they will be confer authority to them various institutions for make them determine terms and conditions of service for the employees and they pass on to the wages and compensation commission. So that are the first step for make sure see the harmonization process, because if they're not been passed the legislation for nullify their institution, then they forget the authority, they're still there for the continue for the determined terms and conditions of service, thereby continuing the disparity. Right? So now with the wages and compensation, like you rightly said, even the salary of the president should be determined by the Wages and Compensation Commission. Right? You see, the Chief Justice, you have the legal how we call it. You will get the commission responsible for the judges. Right? So now they determine the terms and conditions. For this time now them. But all of them now the wages and compensation supposed for look at that. So now I make the first function where the act makes provision for the wages and compensation. They say we get for develop and establish a mechanism. That's very important for understand this one. If we say we're supposed for develop and establish a mechanism for the determination of terms and conditions of employment for all these public sector employees according to their job functions. Right? Because if originally the institutions who I don't mention are they responsible, now they don't confer everything to WCC. Now we duty now for establishing a mechanism so that if you get a graduate person, for instance, who want to enter the public service in the police, the military, the correctional center or the teaching service or whatever, we don't get a framework where we say you do know how they enter. So in terms of progression, so in terms of overview, generally now that cause the distortions among others. are not done the all, but I think this provide a framework. So if you should ask whether this cover the president, yes.
All right, Honorable, now looking at the way 2023 to now, we are literally, don't they go close to the term of office according to your mandate, which is 5 years. How soon or how best you don't harmonize all the salaries then, and we just don't talk about with all the sectors, different groups then?
We'll not harmonize it. They asked them pass on April 2023, right?
Yeah.
We now January 2024.
Okay. They
appoint we for start the work of the commission, right? 2024. So 2024 we they appoint we now with three. Myself, the Chief Executive Officer, David Banya, and the Deputy Chief Executive Officer, Prince Bio. That's now the function of the President by virtue of the provisions in the Act for see when they don't pass the act, what should you do? I'm talking about operationalization now.
Sure.
Right? The act was passed in April 2023. President signed, President in wisdom, then give you appointment in November, but we start for work in January 2024. So now 3. So what we did, we do now for make sure first we set up the organizational structure within the commission, right? We sit down, we look at how the commission is going to be structured so that we'll be able to carry out this mandate effectively. Mind you, the commission will exist infinitum as long as public sector continue for exist, right? So what we don't do, we make sure we identify appropriate directorates. So we get for establish for carry this work. As I talk so, we get the directorate of policy and planning. That's important because all the various sectors we don't mention, so they involve research as to how they need carry their work, their job functions separately. So we get a directorate and the legal, we combine them together because we have 40 people. You get a directorate for job analysis and classification and grading. Because why we establish that? Because if you want to look what in the military they do, the police they do, the correctional center they do, teachers then they do. So in terms of grade structure, we're supposed to make sure we look at so that when we want to set them, the issue of inconsistency wherever can. So now we get the directorate of just job classification analysis and grading, right? Then we get the directorate for compensation, very important. The directorate for compensation, I need to look at the details of which are the talk show now. If you now be a graduate, you don't work for 5 years, you didn't have the military, how much money they earn as at now? If you now graduate, when you enter the police for 5 years, you don't work now. What's are you now? If you now graduate, when you be a teacher, you don't work for 5 years, what's are you now? I hope you understand. So the details here, I'm talking about the figures now. So we have to be dealing with effective data collection for make we will do. So the directorate of compensation is responsible for that. I need to look at the payments, I look at the gratuities, I need to look at the pension. Because pension are part of employment in terms of person in your survival whenever I start for work. By the time you terminate the work, it's supposed to get your own pension. So the directorate of compensation. So as I speak, so we don't establish all of them one day. We don't recruit the people that they occupy them places then day. So as I talk so this weekend, Friday, this me together this with team, we get a retreat for about 3-4 days. Last week we engaged in a kind of engagement with all public sector institutions for make we give them the type of template of the data we require for all the public sector employees here, so that we will carry out work. So we don't receive some of it will continue for receive, but through the Ministry of Finance we get all the data. So they go begin look at them and they will begin talk about the issue of harmonization proper. So when you ask, right, how we don't harmonize, we don't harmonize it, right? We're in the process of making sure that happens. But whilst that is going on, the Commission takes some very substantive decisions then. They serve as a framework for guide the process, right? Not to one thing we able to do the harmonization. No, not to one thing. You will expect from everybody, but we want to start this coming 2026. How? Right? The Commission don't look at the various analysis, the pay structure. We responsible for them inequities. We find out for say within the Sierra Leone context, you get people that will earn over 150,000 per month, but then you get other people that earn 2,000. In the same economy where they live, of course, people are not the same, right? So when they talk about equity and the acts, they talk about equality, right? Then we three fingers here. I can use them for describe the equity as against equality.
Before my colleague come inside, any plans, this harmonization or this act for cover the private sectors or not just government?
No, not they cover the private sector. The only side where indirectly they cover the private sector, now when we can talk about the minimum wage.
Okay. So what are the tangible benefits them where citizens and government employees them will get through the Commission? Because as you say now, the 2026 we get for start.
The tangible benefits now, then we'll begin see the reduction of inequalities, like I mentioned, right? Let's face it, you know, when you live in an economy like Sierra Leone now, you get other people who earn more than 100,000 per month, then you get other one who they earn 800. I mean, it's ridiculous a bit. I hope you understand. It doesn't matter the qualification the person get, right? Or the job function we get. We are talking about when you work, now about living, for take care of yourself. I hope you understand. So, one of the tangible things we expect the public for able to see for this commission are for see a reduction in the inequalities. I make we take a bold decision for make sure see once you work within the public sector, we get for be courageous for make them say certain categories of workers should not be given salary increase with effect from this 2026. Right? Moving forward. That's the way you start.
So when I want lock them in certain
yes. They should not continue. That will assume see you get 150 million based on how Sierra Leone operates now. Okay. For able put that in. I hope you understand. So if you can't give salary increase again for all man, they add for that then you will get the 800. If you can't get a back salary of that, they continue for the down seriously. So that's now one policy decision where the commission don't take.
So which grade level?
No candidates. Now we'll come up on this retreat. Okay. Now they can to then specific standing. But that's a major decision we will take because you cannot continue for widening the disparities. I hope you understand. Okay. When person feels say this job is not, that person has an option to go. But we convinced, we have done research, we've done them work here during the period of time. The type of job we do in a salon, I cannot see how person not go able for work within a particular salary scale. We would also see this relatively adequate for the discharge of that function. So we therefore be determined about that. I hope you understand what I'm saying. So when you start from there, then what you save from there, then you go able to start from down. For able to bring the other people up. Okay. So that they self go able for you. So that's one. So if you say what in the citizens then they expect, that's one of the things they're supposed to expect. Because we get liquidity problem within the government and always say money not the money don't need. Not so. So if money not the now for make sure we use them wisely. Right? Okay. For make sure we make sure we. So if you ask what in them will likely benefits all the public service sector workers from the military, the police, it's deplorable down there. Very deplorable. Right? And that has to be looked into. That's a deliberate policy from the commission for taking a look into that.
Okay. So how the commission...
Then the minimum wage. Yeah. The minimum wage, the president of the Republic of Sierra Leone last May Day celebration, we get the opportunity for address the workers of this country, he make that public pronouncement.
So what's not the minimum wage currently?
No, 800.
800. Okay.
So, right? So you find out for say, that is another aspect where the commission believes say, the president was right, in making that particular pronouncement. So we expect that is something that we can also pursue.
Okay. So how the commission gets for they promote transparency and accountability in the public sector, salary management?
Well, if you listen carefully to what they say, based on what I don't talk, say now there will be accountability and fairness promotion, right?
We have seen accountability, people saying something about accountability, right? But then when it comes to implementing, how can they be seen from the public to where they do the implementation? Una go allow anti-corruption for investigate una go allow public opinion. That is what
this is part of it. Anti-corruption always free. Anti-corruption, if we get one of the functions for make sure we enforce compliance.
Okay.
But the institutions where they make sure they pay them. Once we do so, if person deliberately fail to implement that, it causes financial loss to the government, then anti-corruption can candy. I hope you understand. As a commission, we deregulate them. Not we they carry the actual function. I hope you understand. If they don't see a private soldier, right, for and so, they don't pass that principle in terms of compliance. That the side they pay and they for make sure that for receive, right? if they get more than that, or person we not supposed to take more than what is supposed to take more than that, people know. Of course, it is going to be the subject of investigation by the Anti-Corruption Commission. Nobody not really limits them on that.
So how the commission get for ensure say then salary there be sustainable and despite economic challenge, despite we might get economic challenge?
Whatever we do, we base them on the ability of government to pay. You see, and that's one of the good reasons for the establishment of the commission. It ensure predictability. So before this time, like I say, then various institutions will be they exist, they carry out, they work how they want one. Since they don't get that mandate again, now we get center in one side, so they able for know the trend how they go, right? Then two, the Ministry of Finance also, where they control the nation's purse, in terms of determining how things are going to go, they report it to the commission, right? So that they look the ability of government to be able to pay. Like I mentioned, if we say money not there for able for carry certain things, then we get for no side for courts for make things work. So that's part of accountability. That is part of transparency. I make us say at our position for now, if we want to be serious about harmonization and equity, we have to make sure see certain categories of focus not for continue for get more. Right? There is need to start harmonization from down, moving upward.
Honorable, then people then go see you as bad person because you know this nation when you try for put structure in place, they don't say that in a bad, the one can pour us out they eat, the one can stop with livelihood. You know go feel say people go see you as bad person. You get the backing of you the person we appoint you.
You know, me now one boss here, everybody who don't watch you over the years. When I be the work for SLTU, I know that the teachers they are the serve. So I did my best. You can go and ask them. I always like to satisfy my conscience. Right? Now, when I become minister, I know I took an oath through the Quran. All what you do now this world is now just vanity. Right? What in they take away now, what you do here and where you die, you go meet you make her. And I believe see me on Tibo, I look forward for make I go gain what you call Janatul Firdaus, it's paradise, right? Mm-hmm. So president don't do his own side by establishing the act, he sign them, he do his own part by appointing us. We have to do our own job. I hope you understand. Yeah. So I don't care if person feel bad or not. I will continue to maintain it, right? If we not get money, there is no reason why they continue for pay person right now 150 million, right? Whilst a very competent senior civil servant, they still earn 3,000.
So why did they get that 150 million?
No, I just say there are certain people within the public sector.
So people then they get 150
million. They get that, you understand? Right? I know what I'm saying. President, they get far less than that. And in jurisdiction, you go United all over. Presidents are the ones that are normally highest paid, but that is not the case. We are going to correct those ones.
Any plans of raising the president to that level?
Well, no, there are plans. Of course, as I mentioned, it's definitely, it has to be so.
So
I hope you understand.
There is plan to raise his salary.
Ministers, their salary, in the CC, like they're big, but they are a bit deplorable. Okay. I hope you understand. Mm-hmm. I have been a minister before, right? And you enjoy the luxury of it, the power for it, but when it comes to really financial incentive, it's not all that very good based on the expectations. If you live in a society who side people, they expect from the person way they in authority money all the time. Yes. Even what we are being paid now, you will see you will continue. Well, that's not the situation. Like as you don't so before the entire so now. You don't get iPhone. Over 50 people telling you I did a hospital, I did although not to your responsibility for do that, right? Because you salary for yourself and your family. But because you're a politician, they get out and they talk to you. This is what you wait for. A person then just go in a case you get Magoroka, right? And they say for peace, otherwise you don't forgo. You don't send for that money there. You say they don't care for this and that and that. I hope you understand. So the obligations, the responsibilities we store on them politicians is huge. You understand? And I elect this commission because once we do a job very well, you go find out for say them people who been go try the way they work, but then they go back for go big for survive. It will be minimizing with time. And so now I make them people who they see me, who if you see them go see me as bad person, I will let them see we not a bad person. It's a poverty anywhere is a threat to prosperity everywhere. Right? Me no go like for see a situation outside, like me I hand 120, then as them pay me no more, they can't take, they can't take all I end up with 5,000. I hope you understand. Let them get theirs so that everybody will get you will manage you.
So you feel saying that because they are paying you more, example.
Yes.
And they are paying others less, example.
Yeah.
Make them they can't take you.
Yes, because they don't get, they have to survive. And then if you say you have been placed by God somewhere where they don't get the means. I hope you understand. That's why some of them are coming. Although some they get, but they just want for use that as a habit. But we know that.
Then salary harmonization where they talk about raising the salary, because you make mention somebody is getting 150 and the president is getting less. If you harmonize all this salary, probably you raise the president in salary to above the person where they get 150,000. Who is gonna sign and approve all this?
Now the president, the acts don't give you the mandate for certify all public sector pay, right, including that of the president. I hope you understand. So now we do that. But finally, whatever we do, let me not forget that side, and it's very important. Whatever we do, parliament, we have to go parliament.
That's a big one too.
Whatever we do, we have to go parliament. I hope you understand. And I want people who only listen, the members of parliament, they know the huge responsibility when it comes to managing the state's resources, right? Whenever we say now this supposed to be, if they within the government's ability to pay in the first place. I hope you understand. And when it goes to parliament, now parliament's responsibility for scrutinize and make sure say whatever government has presented, whatever government don't present, now something where they feel see they can do in any way we go parliament. So for parliament now they get the responsibility for say no, this one who now want do so will not grip on this one will not do so. I hope you understand. So they have a huge responsibility. So like I talk, we the politicians and those people that will get the opportunity for a certain level, therefore you will get the signal now for make them know say yes, the time has come when it is not a situation where you just put everybody forget the same time.
So is it possible when they harmonize salary for somebody where they get above 150,000 for slice and calm down?
Yeah, we get that power. Yeah? We don't go that side except to say you say when you begin to say money not the syndrome idea. I hope you understand. We've not. The constitution give you the power. It make express provision for people that where their salary will cut down during the time when they're in office. The president, the vice president, then chief justice, the other ministers. But the ministers, as I tell you, they are the only pass the ministers there within the public sector. They pass 1,000. I hope you understand. So not a problem at all. What you really talk about, they adversely affect the minister, in fact. You understand? Because the minister is already far below, almost 10, 15 times what they talk so. You have the minister, it's almost less.
No, we don't get this clear. So people then at this government or this country, where they get far above the president in salary?
Yes, over 1,000. People.
Honorable Timbo, in your overview, you say the harmonization they go with merit. So in this statement, you want to say people the way they work with government or people the way they work now particular side them where get merit for get salary above the first gentleman.
I say let we harmonize for make it go reflect equity and merit.
Yes,
and not say people away not to
what this the underlying word and the merit.
Yes, but you use that wrongly. Ask the question, find back.
Okay. So what I try for saying is that in terms of merit, so we own ideology, we see the gentleman, the first gentleman of the country as somebody way for an above every other person, as you have make mention. But now that we don't know, say people they where they and pass them, and the ideology where they out there to the low man, it's where they say harmonization of salary. Then they think and say, if you get degree, I get degree. If we work different side, now the same years experience we don't get. We supposed to get the same salary. Not in the case of the president and other big dignitaries. But that merit, I think the underlying word and that merit, how that merit come about, where the president not forget above other people, and how possible I still care about this, slice some other people and salary come down, because again you get for to say challenges get for the economic challenges. I asked you that question earlier on. So as a commission, how una get for do for tackle all of this?
Well, if I will ask you one, you really feel say it's fair for make one person get 150 million that's alone right now, then the other one get 800?
It is not. So I make we want for slice.
So now I make you say government na policy they take for able for send how you want for me go. I always like for make use of China. The Chinese population will be overgrow. They don't get place. They make sure say they put restriction as to how many people they born. Right? They say enough about more than one at that time. They want to control the population so that they go able to like how they so today now. I hope you understand. Today China, America, they all man just they compete. You know they don't plan the world power. I hope you understand. So it depends on what the state wants to achieve. So the area of merit there is very important. And I make them put under the act. I hope you understand. It's and let me just make that clarification. You don't mean say because you're not graduate, now I make you do work any sign are the same. No. So the job, it depends on the job advert and the requirements what they want. So alone today, I don't be Minister of Labour for some time now. I don't work for the teachers, I don't work for Labour Congress, but beside the other public sector, also the private sector. Any job where they advertise, you get a minimum requirement for entry. Any job. Right? So if they say, yeah, we enter, you na graduate, you enter, they say, nah, 5,000 and they pay, I let you get double PhD. Right? If you go, if you apply for that particular job, you enter, I let you get double PhD, now that money then they pay, because that is the job that has been advertised for, we get job specification. I hope you understand. So that is how it should be. Right? Maybe if you produce your PhD now, if it has some relevance to the work we do in the add productivity, maybe it can be considered by the employer for give you like what you call an increment for that, right? Okay. So you know me say because you're a graduate now, so take work na Leon Rock, a private company. They will get for pay pass, which they can pay and government, so because that's an English. But now we are talking purely about the public sector. So I make our bring back the narrative there. So definitely it is unfair for many people and more than the president. I want to see the nature of the job of anybody they do now in a salon. Where you get headache, we get, terms of obligation past the president. I hope you understand. Honorable, so now I need to say they create the act for them who can correct their anomalies there. And I make a say, when you see get bad name can we just have to do it. Right? If I pass after 2-3 years they will say this is a useless man, they get a job, right? Let us see now say we fight in doing it. But we not to people away go, they give a job responsibility, they is it no grilla. No, we not belong to that category. The two options are available. Either you left that job there or you do your job. Right? And this that job will be able to do. It's simple as I tell you. Right? Not to 1 year business. Like continuous. Now I make the act say the commission shall regularly review the terms and conditions of service. Right? For continue for ensure say that fairness, equity and merit is obtained. Not 1 day. I hope you understand. But we have to start somewhere.
Okay. Honorable, una don't take into account why is una they try for get this harmonization. Una don't work with the Ministry of Finance for know if money they in the country. You can't raise budgets, you can't raise money now for salaries. Then the government then reach they're not able to pay. You know if you say that will be another big challenge for the country.
I make the commission in the Ministry of Finance.
Okay.
Right? We will make sure work with the Ministry of Finance. Right? The Ministry of Finance get other responsibilities then, but when it comes to the pay structure, they have to do it with us, right? So now they would say, now the issue of transparency, accountability comes in. Before this time, when the commission or the Minister of Finance maybe go just consult, they say there is. Now they don't get that power for do that, right? If they do that without we, I would come out boldly to say we are not party to this. I hope you understand. Because all of it, we want to make sure say they're able for pay, but at the same time, we work towards having merit. I hope you understand in fairness. If Minister of Finance, all man gets, while you know, see that one who don't get 150, you can't get more back the other. No, we are not supporting that.
In the events the ministry say there is no money, law now hold on first.
No, we're not going to pass dengue. No,
what I mean, if they say there is no money for loan and raise or harmonize their salary, somebody is getting 150, the president is getting less, and you really want to harmonize the president's salary to that of befitting in status or way in merit. If ministry can't say there is no money,
how? No go raise, man. Correct. Harmonize no means say you can raise all man.
Okay, so if the ministry,
or if the ministry gets money, wait for increased salary, we say no increase for all man. That's the point we are saying.
All right.
Right? And we make a position on that area. If there is money to increase the emolument of public service sector, for start the harmonization process, don't give everybody salary increase. I hope you understand. You know, we can say, I give every public sector worker for now 10%. Right? 10% of 150 million. Right? Right? It's higher than the 10% where they can give us with the 2,000.
Yeah.
I hope you understand.
It will make the richer become richer, and the poor become more poor.
Yeah, I hope you understand. So now that point that we will now understand. We are still working within the ability to pay concept. Right? But with a strategic positioning, right? As I say, you know, we can give 10% for all man, right? We be say, as I mentioned, possibly they earn 100, media you can get 10%, then you can 800, you get 10%. You are widening the disparity. I hope you understand.
Honorable, time done the beat. Before we take a quick commercial break, how will our collaboration with NASIT?
Well, NASIT 90 administer pension. We don't retire, you go for pension. Then people how they talk for so now. Anybody when they work within the public sector, they pay 10% and 5%. Now NASIT they collect for person future pension. And I make with the harmonization process, creating the form of equity, NASIT could get more money for play with, in the sense that if the ordinary man, right, in salary go up small, right, then in contribution level, it increase to NASIT. So in future pension will be high, right? So we also they look at how pension is being determined. Now work commission NASIT 90p for now, right? So they work side by side with NASIT for look at the reforms where necessary to be done, so that when once somebody they transit from inactive period of employment to retirement, we make sure see the type of pension level we're supposed to get it, they get them, right? Equity comes there again, like how they say. So they work hand in hand. They are all public sector institutions.
All right, we go take a quick commercial break and we'll be right back. Inside the studio, we get Honorable Usman Timbowe, na the chairman, wages and compensation, na Sierra Leone. Wanna stay tuned and we'll be right back. Okay.
As government and stakeholders them, they continue to implement the Productive Social Safety Net and Youth Employment Program, PSSNYE, where World Bank we don't give Salon government $42 million for. National Commission for Social Action, NACSA, they use part of this amount for transfer money to us and family them. We pop a smart. Now, air them will not receive nothing yet through the Social Safety Net Program. For sake of this, government will extend this facility to new hostel we put the money. Same way so, NACSA, they use part of this money for give money to Salon people for start their own business, train and mentor people them and connect them for agricultural program them where the government and non-governmental organization body them they operate. NACSA they also give this money to over 7,000 youths them to provide them with short-term work opportunity them upline through the Sustainable Cash for Work program.
As all this dey be, Freetown City Council go use spend this money for about over 6,000 youth them for clean the city and do other public work them na Freetown.
The National Youth Commission NACOM go use some of this money for support new and old youth group them for open their their own business them na free talk. Inside them go able get access to money, training, and counseling, but how for improve their own business them.
And then go implement this program na Bo, Makeni, Kenema, Potloko, and Free Talk.
For complaints, comments, and inquiries, call Anti-Corruption Commission or 077-985-985 or 077-986-986 or toll-free line on Africell, QCell, and Orange 8515. This message will come up from the Anti-Corruption Commission, ACC, with support from the World Bank, UNICEF, and the government of Sierra Leone.
Welcome back, viewers, as we continue for talk. Honorable Timbo, we go want to know waiting a future improvement or reform them where civil servants them and citizens and they expect from the commission as their mandate.
Well, any attempt now for begin talk about the future too much, you know, going to be more realistic and substantive, right? But without that, I can simply say, therefore expect a brighter future, right? You see, this issue of the one they will forget more has to be reduced in this country, right? When you go to them developed countries like the United States of America, you go to them Nordic countries and Scandinavian countries. Why stability be known there now? Because government they institute policy measures where they reduce inequalities. If you go today in America, you get a small job. Once you work, you get your room and bala outside you sleep. I hope you understand. Right? According to your status, you must get, right? So government therefore make sure say we that take certain measures where they make the lower person down there instead see himself belong as a citizen. So this commission has the potential to do that, right? And not be mentioned the work of the Ministry of Public Administration and Political Affairs, which in the Panduna when it comes to the public service, right? As I did talk to, they don't do a very fantastic job by making sure that the civil service code, the method of progression from one end to the other, all that is structured well. What you left for bringing the incentive package for make you able to make that. The civil service training college has been established. We have seen now the military in terms of their social standing, right? But all of this you will do if you not bring out the incentive package for them. Still, so if you ask what in the future who, but as long as the president, the head of state, and one the way they occupy the office or occupy, they're ready for do the people's job, right? The people's job, not about themselves. The people's job, definitely. You know, he will make able to take care of myself and one or two of members of my family. No.
So
that's the beauty of this.
Under your dispensation, would you expect for see less brain drain?
Yes, that is the objective. Less brain drain, and a very critical because they are fantastic brains in the civil service. We don't work as Minister Pakaba in terms of the view in China. They are very good people within the police, but they are demotivated, right? And they are demotivated. You want somebody who don't work like the civil service until they don't work for 15 years, right? But for their initial measures, where President take away this, we President and now the civil servant here 5,000. Most of them, they earn 6,000 euros, you know, 4,000, you know. Even the principal of the school, salary you know, is 5,000 after you don't work for over 25, 30 years. I hope you understand. But that don't mean see. If we manage with resources well, we don't will divert towards that particular side, right? So that is why all of it now encapsulate in the other third function of the Wages and Compensation Act, where they say any other related matter, right? Any other related matter, it means today the way they administer with pay system is not good. Some people they overget, right? Now they get composite salary. The guy is let us get bad name no more, but not to I not come for satisfy one corrective measures we do. If they pay you a composite salary, and you say composite salary, it means you transport, you medical, you rent, all them you don't put together, right? So if government don't give you that composite salary, you that person they don't give composite salary, then then give Matoga back. Not transportation, right? Transportation, now vehicle come for. Not so, now make the give fuel fund. So you don't forget money for transportation. That way, hope you understand. If you live in a government quarter, then a rent. So if they will give you back money for parents back, you understand? Then that's double dipping. And these are the situations where they exist where make money, no, not the day. So the Wages and Compensation Commission get for ensure compliance, and at the ACC coming at the end of the day, right? At the ACC coming. So when once you cut that one in the all now money now expenditures on part of government, right? So if we streamline those ones, if we monetize some of them things and they, we busy if you get house now, if they give you rent, they can be so now. Whether they give you rent and not for the government's house again.
Yeah.
I hope you understand. But not forget the rent I need to government's house. You understand what I mean? So these are the gaps the way the Wages and Compensation Commission, part of it they look at, we responsible for say money they're not there. Right? Money they're not there because certain things who they do them wrong. Let's correct them. So that's the work of the Wages and Compensation when it comes to the pay incentive.
So in 2026, would an Honorable Timbo will see na the land? In terms of your work, 2026, where you say now you roll out all of this?
No, that's not correct. I know you will roll out all of this. I say this is a process.
Okay.
We not start.
You start in 2026. That is, you start to roll it out, right?
Yes.
So
we see
who is this Honorable Timbo that we will see in 2026? That's the question I'm asking.
That the same Timbo you are saying. We are saying
it's a vigorous output, right?
Yes, and that is why we make sure that we work with the other organs of government to make sure that at least we are in the same page. We want the clerk of parliament, we want the speaker of parliament to know that yes, we should start the process whereby those who have more should not continue to have more and more and more and more, and try to encourage a situation where those who are down, they are encouraged to come. That's a challenge which you see Timbo will be pushing 2026.
Correct. That's the right question where you don't answer. Now, Honorable, why should it for roundup? We're inside the studio with Honorable Usman Timbo, we're at the head of Wages and Compensation. Honorable, in 2018, you were very vibrant in politics. You even contested the 2018 general elections. Do you have any plans? 2028 is fast approaching. Any plans to the public or consultations?
There are plans.
So do you intend to run for president?
There are plans. So we are currently consulting.
Have you made any pronouncements?
And do you think I should do it?
Well, it's you. That's your prerogative. Do you?
What about you? No, you have seen what I have done over the years. Do you think I should?
Honorable, that is your prerogative. My question here again. Are you in consultation or do you have?
Yes, I am.
You're gonna run for the.
I'm in consultation. I'm not taking the final decision yet.
Okay. So why in consultation? Have you under which political party are you coming?
You know, only I said I've always been consistent. Maybe not like the others. So maybe you come this. I'm not like that.
So you're running on.
So everybody knows it's SLB that I will run. If I am running, it's under SLB.
So why the if? Are you not confident?
No, I'm confident about myself.
Then why if?
Because I have not concluded consultations.
All right, that is now Honorable Timbo. We get inside the studio. He just don't tell we say he's doing consultation as to 2028 under the Sierra Leone People's Party ticket. We go read some few messages as time don't beat we Bilkis.
From we Facebook messages, we get Salonji say, Honorable Usman, how does the Commission determine fair wages from different categories of public workers? This is a question. And this person, Abubakar Kamara, say, this is the fact, Honorable Timbo. And this other person, they say, can you explain how the Commission handles complaint or concern from civil servants about their pay or benefit? And this one, they say, Honorable Timbo, what message will you like to send to the public sector workers who are still skeptical about the Commission impacts? And this one, they say again, what steps are being taken to prevent political influence in wages policy decision? I think this is very important. Has the Commission conducted a national wage audit? If so, what were the key findings? And the last message I will take, this one, they come up from Williams. It says salary disparity have been the reason why so much chaos has been seen over employment. Anytime there is a job advert, you will find out that many of these will be applied. Many of those that will be applying were people already employed by other government agencies, but based on their salaries, they were always preferred moving to another government agency that's considered more lucrative in terms of salary.
All right, Mary from Bose, congratulations, Honorable Timbo. The last part of what you said gives me joy. Running for the Sierra Leone People's Party again is, I hope they will not close door before you this time round. Congratulations. If you run, I would love you to win. You have always inspired people when you worked as SATU chairman, even as Labour Congress. Congratulations. Your appearance today on Unity Broadcasting is very, very crucial and important that you explain the issues. I hope you well in 2026 when you roll out what you intend to do. Ibrahim from Australia say, congratulations, Mr. Timbo. Honorable, you are really fit to be president of this country. I don't know why the people are so naive that they don't see the bigger picture behind the lens. Your articulation in the studio today is very, very good. Keep it up. If anybody doesn't do the work, that is part of your mandate. Enforce the law, ask the Sierra Leone police, ask the judiciary, ask the parliament, and even bring in anti-corruption. We have people who are staying in government quarters but are still asking for salary. Is that not why they are taking over these government quarters? Do you have any plans also harmonizing their salary? If so, please hurry up because the nation is waiting to see your success. But if you don't, then we will again come and judge you. The last one I will read because of time. Come up from Joseph, we say in come up from Mountain Code. That is our text message. Hooray, I see my man again today. He has always been a voice for the voiceless. During his reign, SATU, the teachers really enjoyed the power, but now I don't know what is going on. Hopefully you do the best for the Labour Commission. Congratulations again for coming to tell the public, but please keep informing us. That will give us confidence if you intend to run 2028. Congratulations to Unity. Okay, that's just commendation for us. So, Honorable, that is the text messages we don't come in so far. And the comments then, I want to let you reply to them as time don't be too for
Okay, thank you very much, and thank you to the one that we send messages. I know you will capture because I've been reading them fast, but the one that will capture, if I don't answer them, you see one day or two where I not make that, you can draw me attention to that, but I can't respond to them. But the first one, see how they handle complaints, no, from public servants if they get. It's through the Wages and Compensation Act. It make provision for the establishment of committees as and when necessary for the discharge of its functions. However, a committee where the mandatorily states na the Act na the Complaints Committee. I hope you understand. The Act gives you the general power for established committee as and when it necessary. But the Act say we have to establish a complaints committee. So then they will not get excuse. So as I talk, so we get a complaints committee. I hope you get the point there. So that complaints committee is now a substantive committee which for always exist within the Wages and Compensation for receive complaints for public service workers them. If they get issue, get for doing their salary payment, then grading and this, they always then they can. So the person will ask a very important question. So there is a public a complaints committee where they within the structure of the wages and compensation can. And in my first board meeting, I draw the attention of the commissioners about that particular provision, and in second board meeting, now appoint somebody who is currently have like a chair for that particular one day. This other policy, which message I get for civil servants who are who they feel insecure, no, as a result of the fact that this one is na the other department where and they pay this amount, this one. I have been done talk generally, we constitute the work of the commission. We say we get for work with credible data for make we go able for know where then disparities then they lie with a view to ensuring that we correct them. Mind you, not the target individuals, now the policy framework. So if we say a director, now the ministry, if you are a director, you are a director. For make you go reach that side, the points then the way it's supposed for possible. Once you reach that side, if you did labor, you did education, therefore no say the salary for me the same. However, so not they target this person, so it will be the classification they do. That is going to be covered. The person say whether we don't conduct a national wage audit, right? Yeah. No, we've not done that on we as a commissioners, as we just did this almost 1 year, right? But we do through the Ministry of Employment, right? The commission not the work in isolation. They work with the Ministry of Finance, with the Ministry of Labor more, right? And the Ministry of Political and Public Affairs. We responsible for the public service also, the military, so we work with all them. The Ministry of Labor, the Minister of Labor now gets the power for supervise what you call the Joint National Negotiating Board. The Joint National Negotiating Board now is established by an act of parliament where they look at the minimum wage, right? So that every year they do this wage audit, right? So that when they come with the consumer price index, and then they determine what you cost. I didn't find out with tobacco prices and palm oil, we they do all the statistics and together we call the audit. So wages and compensation, as I talk to now, I'm a member of that particular committee. On we have not done that. It's now on the process. It's okay, the other person, if you not do he comment with the work what they do. If they know other allow us the police, the judiciary, allow us the ECC, for make them go inside. Of course we are going to use in all of this.
About the one that we in houses where they ask for pay, again, government quarters, and if you not ask them for let them stop, if they refuse, now that the person.
Yeah, now what they say. I say definitely, right? As at now, them will know themselves. We will not know themselves. We will not know their needs, right? But we did know because we asked the relevant department, Ministry of Works, they get all the data, right? They manage public assets commission, they all so the wages and compensation. Therefore, it will in all the now we talk about the compliance aspect of this now, right? Part of the function, but they work with the other government departments and agencies.
So for government workers, they really get rent, then in a quarter there. Is it not possible the commission or anti-corruption hold them for refund them rent money where they don't take? For you where they live in a government quarter, then yet still really take?
Yeah, they can ask them, but they not be know them. You understand?
And now that's
so I make Sunday you get for one now, and people they know say if we do something like Friday, this is the time to stop. I hope you understand.
So no damage will be paid.
So we know and good aside it, but I make we say we just say one day the public they know say that a part of we.
All right, Honorable, somebody talk about your political questions come about your political area. Any answer to that?
Well, all you and the way talk, then talk positively.
No, somebody talk about the door where they may lock. Hope say 2028, they not go lock the month before you. Somebody talk say.
I mean, I know the door where they may lock.
Well, they knew what they said.
Yes, well, we pray let God open at this time. Anything we they say, they say power rest to God. Then we all just they make efforts. Then, But me, I get confidence for say, if I get chance for Ulsailio, the trajectory will be, encouraging.
All right, Honorable Usman Timbo, now we'll get inside the studio today as we talk about the wages and compensation. I seen at the chairman, plenty thank you to studio guests. Indeed, this is an opportunity, like I always say, when you call somebody for Kana studio, it's an opportunity and you know one for take a light. We appreciate you, sir.
Thank you very much. I forget, as I mentioned to Sierra Leone, simple. Don't always plan for be positive. Right? The negativity too much. Anything people they see for do, they say they're skeptical. You ask, beaucoup people they occupy government office. The moment you ask and question the problems, they first begin talk about. You know, they talk about the opportunities we get. So let people become positive. We got elected to the current president don't do extremely well, in the area of improving the Saloon image at the international level. Right? Now the United Nations with the ECOWAS, all sides don't reach the top. Alec Posi can now be president, we not go past that side again. So that's commendable. Right? So for me, very proud about that. And if we are proud about it, we have to look at the reform measures. Shall not be skeptical, allow hope, allow we all work together to ensure that it works. Rather than this is not get for work, this also. So now I message. And when I say at the first day at the Kana Unity Broadcasting, but I lock the place ID and one for thank the one we establish them and when I say for the work at the place there. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you to all the viewers, to the one that we send a text message. Congratulations, you will not read your message. Apologies. My name is Elizabeth Kefoe Gembe.
And plenty thank you to the technician David Harding, the camera operator Alfred, and the assistant technician Alpha Jobai, and to the producer Suleiman Jallo, and me your name Namari Bilkish Tumbea.
Unity Broadcasting Television don't come for unify, sensitize, and inform Salon people home and abroad. Unity Broadcasting TV don't come.
For developments now we country TV.
Unify, sensitize, and inform we all.
For developments now we nation Salon.
Unity Broadcasting TV don't come.
For developments now we country TV.
Unify, sensitize, and inform we all.
For developments now we nation Salon.
We now independent media house. We dey here for unify, sensitize, and inform Sierra Leoneans home and abroad.
We dey here so for talk, but waiting they happen. Political discussion,
you for know about Salon politics.
Religious messages, entertainment, self no go left bien.
We no go left nothing bien no.
Unity Broadcasting TV don't come.
For developments now we country TV.
Unify, sensitize, and inform we all.
For developments now we nation Salon.
Unity Broadcasting TV don't come.
For developments now we country TV.
Unify, sensitize, and inform we all.
For developments now we nation Salon.
This not the team them where we dey talk about
Sierra Leone political history,
defeating the lives of fake people.
Waiting they be na social media.
One-on-one interview, we go bring you all the hot topics.
Unity Broadcasting TV say,
and we let we self and better Salon.
Unity Broadcasting TV don't come.
For developments now we country TV.
Unify, sensitize, and inform we all.
For developments